It began with a plain white envelope slid under my door, stamped with the HOA's logo. Inside was a notice demanding that I remove my Christmas lights immediately. According to them, my decorations violated community standards. I had only strung a few simple strands along the roof, nothing outrageous. But the letter carried threats of fines and further action if I didn't comply. I stared at it, feeling a mix of frustration and disbelief. The holiday spirit was supposed to bring joy, not control. That night, as the lights twinkled faintly outside, a bold idea began to form. Instead of removing the lights, I doubled them. Trucks arrived, unloading boxes of glowing strands, oversized ornaments, and light projectors. Neighbors peeked through blinds, whispering about what I was planning. The HOA board members circled, their disapproving stares impossible to miss. Piece by piece, I transformed my yard into a dazzling spectacle. Trees shimmered, rooftops sparkled, and glowing reindeer appeared on the lawn. It was no longer just a holiday display, it was a declaration. The HOA thought they could dim my spirit, but with every bulb I strung, my determination only grew brighter. And the real show hadn't even started. Within days, my house became the brightest spot in the neighborhood, a glowing beacon that could be seen from blocks away. Cars slowed to admire it, and children pointed in awe. The HOA's response was immediate and furious. Another letter arrived, this one threatening daily fines and mandatory removal. But the more they demanded silence, the more determined I became to turn the volume up. By the end of the week, giant inflatable Santas danced across the yard. Synchronized lights pulsed to holiday music, and the HOA's patience cracked. My quiet rebellion was about to ignite something far bigger. The turning point came when a neighbor posted a video of my house online. Within hours, it spread across social media, gaining thousands of views. Headlines appeared: HOA versus Christmas lights showdown, and the house that refused to go dark. Tourists began showing up, blocking the streets just to witness the glowing wonderland. Local news crews arrived, broadcasting live as the HOA scrambled to hide behind clipboards and bylaws. My house, once ordinary, had become a national spectacle. The HOA wanted me to dim down, but now the entire world was watching, and the attention only fueled me further. The HOA escalated quickly. They hired lawyers, citing everything from light pollution to public disturbance, but every legal threat only fueled more online support. People sent donations, volunteers showed up with more decorations, and strangers offered to help wire the display. Each night, crowds gathered, cheering as the lights danced in synchronized patterns. What was once my front yard had become a festival ground. The HOA board, once feared, now looked powerless and petty, clutching papers while the neighborhood cheered in defiance. I hadn't just created a holiday display, I'd built a movement, one glowing bulb at a time. Neighbors who once stayed quiet began joining me. Soon, more houses lit up with massive displays of their own. Entire streets shimmered. Creating a glowing rebellion against the HOA, the board tried to hold emergency meetings, but attendance collapsed as homeowners celebrated instead. My house had sparked a chain reaction, and the HOA's rules were crumbling. What began as their attempt to control me had unleashed a storm they couldn't contain. And while they drowned in paperwork and panic, the lights across the neighborhood grew brighter, louder, and more unstoppable. The holidays had never looked this powerful. Desperate, the HOA tried one last tactic. They filed an injunction demanding the lights be shut down permanently. When the case hit the news, public outrage exploded. Wildest uncovered shady HOA practices, exposing years of questionable fines and favoritism. The board members, once hidden behind rules, became national villains. Meanwhile, my display continued, now complete with animated light shows, towering candy canes, and glowing arches. The HOA had wanted me to remove a few simple strings of lights. Instead, they triggered the most famous holiday spectacle in the country, and their downfall was now guaranteed. In the end, the HOA surrendered. They withdrew their demands, canceled the fines, and issued a half-hearted statement about misunderstandings. But the damage was done. Their authority was shattered, their reputation ruined, and their control forever weakened. My glowing wonderland remained standing through the season, drawing visitors from across the state. Children laughed, families celebrated, and neighbors wore their rebellion with pride. What started with a petty demand to turn off my lights became a legendary victory. The HOA tried to ban Christmas cheer. Instead, I went nuclear on, lit up the world.